welcome back. This is going to be the last Excel video lesson, number 9, titled Supply and Demand in Agriculture. First of all, we need to understand what supply and demand theory is. This is a fundamental principle in economics that explains how the price of a quantity of a good or service are determined in a market economy. Also, the price of a good or service, it's going to be given by the interaction between the supply of that good or service along with the demand for it. And I'm going to explain this further in the next slides. Ahora, la teoría de la oferta y la demanda. Este es un principio fundamental en la economía, ya que nos explica cómo se determina el precio y la cantidad de un bien o un servicio en la economía del mercado. El precio de un bien o un servicio se da con la interacción entre la oferta de este bien o el servicio y la demanda de él mismo. Esto lo vamos a ver en las siguientes diapositivas para entender la teoría y cómo funciona cada uno. Okay, we have supply. First, let's start with this concept. This is going to be the quantity of that particular good or service that either producers or suppliers are willing and are able to offer to for sale. Also, this has to occur in a given market at a particular price and time. For last, the law of supply states that as the price of a product increases, the quantity of that product supplied will typically increase as well, all else being equal. Ahora, con la oferta, no vamos a especificar nada más en este término, que es la cantidad de un bien o un servicio, en particular que los productores o los proveedores están dispuestos y pueden ofrecer para la venta. Esto tiene que ocurrir en un mercado dado, a un precio y también en un tiempo particular. Ahora, moviéndonos a la ley de la oferta, esta establece que a medida de que aumenta el precio de un producto, vamos a tener que la cantidad ofrecida de este producto generalmente también aumentará, en igualdad de condiciones. Now, let's move on to demand. This is going to be the quantity of that particular good or service that consumers are willing and are able to purchase at a given price and time. Also, if we move to the law of demand states that as the price of a product or service increases, we have a result of having a quantity demanded that will typically will increase, all else, of course, being equal. So we have demand of a product or service that is going to be determined by many factors. The first one, as I'm showing here, we have the price of the product or service, also the consumer income, the price of related goods, consumer taste and preferences, and for last, there could be other economic and non-economic factors. Ahora, moviéndonos con la demanda, esta va a ser la cantidad de un bien o un servicio, en particular que los consumidores están dispuestos y también son capaces de comprar en un precio y también en un tiempo determinado. Ahora, la ley de la demanda establece que a medida que aumenta el precio de un producto o servicio, la cantidad demandada generalmente disminuirá, en igualdad de condiciones, por supuesto. La demanda de un producto o un servicio está determinada por muchos factores, como los que menciono aquí abajo, que es el precio del producto o servicio, ingresos del consumidor, precio de los bienes relacionados, gustos y preferencias del consumidor, y por último pueden ver otros factores económicos y también no económicos. Now, let's move on to the market equilibrium, which is going to be another topic to understand. This is going to be where the quantity of the good or service demanded by consumers is equals to the quantity supplied by producers, resulting in a stable market price. As you can see on this side, this is a graph I've been showing where this curve right here, the one that's going up, that's going to be for the supply. That's called the supply curve. Now we have the demand, which is the opposite. It's going to be on this side, the one that is going down. As you can see, we have price on the right side, which is the vertical line, better known as the y-axis section, and then we have the horizontal, which is going to stand for quantity. This is going to be the x-axis. In order to identify the market equilibrium, this is going to be the line where supply and demand curves intersect. In this case, As you can see on the price section, this is the line going to the middle point along with the quantity one. So this is going to represent our market equilibrium, meaning where our curve supply and our curve for demand are going to intersect in this case. Tenemos el equilibrio del mercado, que es un término importante en la gráfica de oferta y demanda. Este va a ser cuando la cantidad de bienes o servicios demandados por los consumidores es igual a la cantidad ofrecida por los productores, lo que da como resultado un precio de mercado estable. Como puedes ver aquí, ya expliqué lo que es demanda, lo que es oferta y demanda. La curva de oferta va a ser esta de aquí y la curva de demanda va a ser la siguiente de acá. Ahora tenemos en el axis vertical, que este va a ser el Y, axis Y, que es para precio. Y tenemos el horizontal, que este es el axis X, que va a ser para la cantidad. Ahora, el siguiente término, donde encontramos el equilibrio del mercado en la gráfica. Esta va a ser la línea donde se cruzan las curvas de oferta y demanda. Como puedes ver, este es el punto donde ambas curvas cruzan. Entonces, este va a ser nuestro equilibrio del mercado. Now, for agriculture, in order to understand this concept involved in agriculture, this is going to be a term, supply and demand, that play a critical role in determining price and quantity of agricultural commodities in the market. In other words, it's fundamental to understand this topic in the world of agriculture, not just in the world of ag business or agricultural business, but also in crop production. This is going to be fundamental. With this being said, this is going to be the interaction between the quantity of agricultural products that farmers are willing and are able to produce, meaning the supply, and the quantity of these products that consumers are willing and are able to purchase, which is going to be the demand at a given price level. Ahora, en la agricultura, para poder mezclar este término de economía con la agricultura, esta va a ser la oferta y la demanda que juegan un papel fundamental en la determinación del precio y la cantidad de productos agrícolas en el mercado. Esto va a ser fundamental entenderlo no solamente en la parte de agronegocios, pero también como un productor, en la producción de cultivos. La oferta y demanda es un tema sumamente importante entenderlo para saber cómo se manejan los precios y de ahí el productor analizar cuánto debería de producir basándose en sus circunstancias. De misma cuenta tenemos que en la agricultura esta va a ser la interacción entre la cantidad de productos agrícolas que los agricultores están dispuestos y pueden producir, que es la oferta, y la cantidad de estos productos que los consumidores están dispuestos y pueden comprar, que va a ser la demanda, a un nivel de precio dado. Now, just a quick review. We have the supply and demand graph that I just showed you on the last slides. Let's go back. The y-axis, which is going to be the price. Remember the vertical one. Then the x-axis, which is going to be the horizontal one, that stands for quantity supplied. Now we have the D line or D curve. This is going to be this one, which stands for demand curve. On the other hand, we have the supply curve. For last, as I mentioned it, we have the green line, which is going to stand for the market equilibrium, where both curves intersect. Ahora tenemos el gráfico de oferta y demanda, hay que repasarlo muy breve. Como mencioné, tenemos el eje Y, que va a ser el eje vertical para precio. Luego tenemos eje X, que es el horizontal, que es para cantidad suministrada. Después tendremos la línea D, que es para la curva de demanda, que es esta de aquí. Línea S, que es para la curva de oferta. Y por último, la línea verde, que es el equilibrio del mercado, como mencioné en la última diapositiva. Now let's stop. These are going to be the instructions for the quiz. First, we need to open your handout lesson titled Supply and Demand in Agriculture, and then complete the quiz. Next, once you're finished with answering and reviewing the quiz, please download the Excel for Agribusiness case studies and open case 9 worksheet. Please perform a supply and demand graph based on the given data and also provide each title. Lastly, identify your axis, supply demand curve, and the market equilibrium values. Ahora, por este momento hay que detenernos. Estas van a ser las instrucciones para el cuestionario. Primero tenemos que abrir la lección de su folleto, que es titulada Oferta y demanda en la agricultura, para poder después completar el cuestionario. Una vez que termines de responder y revisar el cuestionario, descarga Excel para estudios de casos de agronegocios y abre la hoja de trabajo caso número 9. Vas a realizar un gráfico de oferta y demanda basado en los datos dados y vas a proporcionar cada título. Por último, tienes que identificar sus ejes y la curva de oferta y demanda. También, por último, tienes que identificar los valores del equilibrio del mercado.
Part, which is going to be the strawberry local market case. So as you can see, the graph is giving us the quantity demanded and quantity supplied. This is going to be thousands of pounds. And on the left side, we have the price. So let's create a table. So what I'm basically going to do is select my data, go to insert, and then I'm going to select the scatter with the line option as this one right here. So as you can see, Excel generated a supply and demand graph, but there's something wrong. First is not having any titles for the both y and x axis. So what we need to do is to fix this. This is wrong. So the solution here is that you're gonna do right click on your mouse um, in the graph. So it's gonna show you these options. Select data, and well, here this is where we're going to generate our formula. So the easiest thing is just to erase everything that you have already. So you can just hit the minus symbol and then start from the beginning. So add one, and this is going to be for demand. So type demand as a name. X values, remember the X values has to be the horizontal um, section, which is going to represent the quantity. So we need to select quantity demanded for demand. And then Y is going to be for price. So select your price. So now we have that. Now let's add the supply curve. So hit a plus symbol and then name supply. X values, remember, is going to be the quantity supplied. So this is a range. And same thing for Y values, the price. So that's going to be the all the data you need to generate. So just hit OK, and as you can see, that the chart is getting better. It's getting in shape. Now let's just add the titles, and of course let's select and drag the lines, the bottom ones from here. So what I'm gonna do first is you just click here on the chart title and double click, and then I'm gonna title this strawberry supply and demand. Now to add the titles for the y and the x axis, we need to hit this add chart element, and go to the second option, axis titles. So let's hit the primary horizontal and then primary vertical. So double click here again, and then title this price and title this quantity. Okay, now we're done with this, and the only thing we're missing will be the line. Grab the this both green lines and insert them as the market equilibrium. So I'm gonna hit my line, and then I'm going to bring it. If you see it, it's going to disappear once you move it to the graph. It has to be floated on top. So let's bring it forward. So you click forward, you can just leave it here and then click here, bring forward. There you go. After a couple clicks, you bring the graph to the front. So just drag it and put it on the intersection point, as you can see it here from both curves. Same thing with the vertical. You see, if you drag it, it's going to disappear, but you have to bring it forward. So hit multiple times the bring forward option, and then just insert it. Okay, now we're done with this graph, so we need to answer the following questions. So we need to um, represent the y-axis, which is going to be the price, right? So just go for price. Supply curve, as we stated here, is going to be the orange curve. Demand is going to be the blue one, and the x-axis is going to be the quantity. Now, for quantity and price for market equilibrium, based on the green lines and the intersection point, we can tell that the quantity is going to be 60, and price is going to be 3.25. There you go. So we're done with the first case. This is going to be the banana local market. As you can see on the screen, I already generated the banana supply and demand graph just to save time. If you have any questions, follow the last section where I generated the strawberry local market graph. Now let's answer the following cells. So based on the generated graph, we need to answer the following cells. So this is going to be the demand curve is going to represent the blue curve. X axis is the quantity. Supply curve, orange curve. The Y price. And for market equilibrium, we can say that the price is going to be 1.10 based on the green line, and on quantity it's going to be 60. So this is how we ended up with both graphs based on the given quantity supplied and then quantity demanded for each market.
We're done with all the Excel case. First, let's just focus on the strawberry case conclusion based on our results. So after we analyzed and performed the graphing, the supply and demand graphing based on the given data for the strawberry market, this is going to be the result. We have first y-axis, which is going to be the price. As we can see, we titled this section price. Now we have the supply curve, which is going to be the orange curve. Furthermore, we have the demand curve, which is going to be the blue one. And then for the x-axis, we have the quantity title here. Now for the market equilibrium, based on the green lines that we grabbed and located on the right spot, we can see that the market equilibrium in this case was with a quantity of 60 and a price of 3.25. Después de haber resuelto nuestro caso en Excel, esta va a ser la sección para la conclusión del caso de la fresa. Después de haber analizado y haber creado la gráfica para la oferta y demanda en la fresa, esto va a ser nuestro resultado. Primero, para el eje Y, este va a ser nuestro precio. Ahora, la curva de oferta va a ser esta de aquí, que es la naranja. Después tenemos la curva de demanda, que va a ser la azul. Y por último tenemos el eje X, que va a ser el horizontal. En este caso está titulado como cantidad. Después, para el equilibrio del mercado, tenemos la cantidad y precio. Y basándonos en nuestras líneas verdes que arrojamos en nuestra gráfica, podemos ver que nuestra cantidad en el equilibrio del mercado va a ser de 60 y el precio va a ser de $3.25. We have the banana case conclusion based on the Excel results. Same thing, after we analyze, select, and generate the supply and demand graph for this market, We have that demand curve is going to be the blue one, same as the other one. The axis is going to be the quantity, and then supply curve is going to be the orange one, which is right right here, this one. For the y-axis is going to be the price. Now for the market equilibrium, based on our green lines, we have that the price is going to be 1.10 dollars, and then for the quantity we have 60, which is down right here. So this is going to be our final case study based on the banana market. Por último, tenemos la conclusión del caso del plátano. Igual, una vez que obtuvimos, analizamos y generamos una gráfica de la oferta y demanda de este mercado, estos son los resultados. Para la curva de demanda va a ser igual, la curva azul, aquí puede estar mostrada. El eje X va a ser nuestra cantidad. Ahora tenemos la curva de oferta, que va a ser esta de aquí, la naranjada. Y por último, nuestro eje Y, que va a ser el precio. Aquí lo tenemos titulado como precio. Por último, en el equilibrio del mercado, tenemos nuestro precio que dio 1.10 y nuestra cantidad que dio 60. Este va a ser nuestro último caso, basándose en los resultados del caso del plátano. Entonces, esto fue todo por este momento.